You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, we're going to be talking about one of the wokest coaches in NBA history. This may be the end of an era in the Marxist NBA of China. Now, we talked about how the NBA has definitely suffered from LeBron James and Adam Silver. But when it comes to the coaching side, there is two names that really stick out. One is Steve Kerr of the Golden State Warriors. The other is Gregg Popovich, who I actually call Gregg Wokovich because this man is super duper woke. No doubt about it, him and Steve Kerr, the two wokest coaches in the history of in the NBA. And they have definitely contributed to the downfall of the NBA. Those two guys are definitely far leftist. Surprise, far leftist in the NBA. Okay? Well, he may have coached his last game today, and he has not been the same without Tim Duncan. He actually won his last game today against the Mavericks, who actually just tanked it. They didn't really care. And Coach Woke finished the season with a 22-60 record. Yeah. And looks like, he may call it a career. Coach Woke is actually 74 years old, and he's just a grumpy old man living in Texas. Now, Gregg Popovich, if he does retire, do us a favor. Get out of my state. If you hate Texas so much because of gun laws here, get out. Get out. Go away. We don't want you in Texas. I was born and raised here in Texas, folks. I love Texas. Texas is a constitutional carry state. And Coach Woke decided, you know what? Let me go out with a bang and start blasting lawmakers on the right because, Coach Woke wants to violate your Second Amendment constitutional rights. Yeah, he actually did that. Look right here on ESPN. Spurs Gregg Popovich calls for gun control in U.S., criticizes lawmakers. And it goes into it that he may not return next season. Good. Go away. That's one less person gone then. And the NBA probably could actually start to recover, even though Steve Kerr probably needs to go. LeBron definitely needs to go. And Adam Silver needs to go. But look at this clip here, guys. This is actually pregame. Before the game, I guess Coach Woke just said, you know what? We suck anyway. So therefore, let me just go out there and start blasting lawmakers on gun control. And this is ridiculous. This is probably in response to into the Tennessee shooting. A transgender person actually did that. So I don't know why Coach Woke decided right now was the time to do this, but this is what he did. Look here. This tweet from Brad Townsend says, at the end of what might have been his last pregame media availability, Gregg Wokovich asked if any of the reporters had brought guns into the arena. Then he messed this up here. Then had some things to say about lack of gun control regulation in Tennessee and, well, everywhere in the U.S. This is not relevant whatsoever to the NBA. But this is what the NBA has become. It has become nothing more than an echo chamber for the left. Let's go ahead and listen to this clip.
Positions. Or, Lindsey Graham or Jim Jordan, whoever of them have kids or nieces or nephews or grandkids. Can they imagine that happening to theirs? Are they incapable of knowing what that's like? I mean, I couldn't believe it, so I wrote this thing down.
He wrote all this down before an NBA game when it has nothing to do with the NBA.
Senator Marsha Blackburn, her comment after the massacre, my office is in contact with federal, state, and local officials, and we stand ready to assist. In what? They're dead. What are you going to assist with? Cleaning up their brains off the wall? Wiping the blood off the schoolroom floor? What are you going to assist with? then there's Governor Lee. I'm sorry to go on and on, but Bill Lee. I'm closely monitoring the tragic situation. Please join us in prayer. What are you monitoring? They're dead. Children. They're dead. When I pick up my 6 and 11-year-old grandkids at school, when I'm here at home, on the way, it goes through my mind that I hope they're going to be okay. And most of you in this room, when we were in school, we worried if Nancy would dance with us on Friday after the football game or something. That was our anxiety.
So that is the first clip here.
The freedom. It's a myth. It's a joke.
But let's go ahead and listen to this. I know it kind of started there. Let's go ahead and listen to this part.
Amendment, the freedom. It's a myth. It's a joke. It's just a game they play. I mean, that's freedom. Is it freedom for kids to go to school and try to socialize and try to learn and be scared to death that they might die that day? But Ted Cruz will fix them because he's going to double the number of cops in the schools. That's what he wants to do. Well, that'll create a great environment. Is that freedom? Or is it freedom to have a congressman who can make a postcard with all his family holding rifles, including an AR-15 or whatever? Is that cool? Is that like street cred for a Republican? That's freedom? That's more important than protecting the kids? I don't get it. The greed of the gun lobbies and the manufacturers is obvious. We all know that. Money talks. But the cowardice and the selfishness of the legislators who are so scared to death of being primaried and losing their job, losing their power, losing their salary, you'd like to get each one of them in a room, just one by one, and say, what's more important to you? If you could vote for some good gun safety laws that most of the public agrees to, would you do that if it saved one kid? Or is your job and your money so important to you that you would say, screw the kid? What's in your mind?
So that is Coach Woke right there. Right there, calling for gun safety. The left does this every single time after a shooting happens. Every single time. And the last mass shooting, they actually violated your Second Amendment rights, and some sellout Republicans actually helped. John Cornyn comes to mind right here, state rep here in Texas, did that. But of course, it is not enough. Why? I said it many times, guys, and the left doesn't understand this. Criminals do not follow laws. They do not follow the law. That's why they're criminals. There is no gun law that would actually stop any of this. We have a people problem here in this country, but the left doesn't understand that. Guys, I am completely against gun-free school zones. Why is it that you actually have politicians that are paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for their own personal security, but doesn't want you to protect yourself? Think about this. Whoever the president is has armed Secret Service 24/7. But for some reason, school zones are gun-free zones. Guess what? School shootings, the law says you can't have guns. Guess what? Criminals are still going to schools and shooting up the schools. Your laws did nothing. Now, I'm a proponent of every single teacher. They want to carry a gun into school, let them. Every single school should actually have armed security. Yeah, armed security. I believe that would actually put a stop to this stuff. Because if I'm not mistaken, when it came to the Tennessee shooter, the Tennessee shooter was actually looking at another school, but apparently that school, I believe, had security, and I think they were armed. So she actually turned around and went to the school that actually got shot up in Tennessee. Now, me and Rhodes and Mick actually talked about this on our member stream on Friday that we actually have every Friday What I remember is all you got to do is just click the join button here on Black and White Sports, so you can actually get access to the member stream. Look at this. This happened in Florida here. After 3 teens murdered 3 others with a stolen gun. This is what Marion County Sheriff Billy Woods had to say to a reporter about gun control being a failure. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Coach Woke probably doesn't want to hear this. Watch this, just in case you guys have not heard this.
Sheriff, you mentioned the gun. Do we know how the suspect got a hold of the weapon?
Car burglaries.
Car burglaries. Yeah. Ain't that right? All the gun laws we got in place didn't prevent it, did it? Neither will any new ones.
Amen.
Because here's the fact. The bad guy's going to get a gun no matter what law you have put in place. These juveniles shouldn't even possess a handgun. But they did. And I'll go back to you. Add your question. A simple burglary, as some people will say, but I don't consider anything simple when it comes to a burglary. The law allows me, I'll plaster their face up on this page, up on my page, up on media. I will hand it out if the law allows me, because parents have the right to know who their kids are hanging out with and preventing this.
Wow. I'm pretty sure that Coach Woke will not like what Sheriff Billy Woods actually had to say about that. But Coach Woke, he may be done. He may be done. He may retire. I believe it's about time that he retires and goes away. This man is a disgrace. He doesn't represent Texas. He's nothing more than a woke activist that has no solutions. Everything that Gregg Popovich says actually about guns, it won't work. You just heard it from the sheriff over there in Marion County, Florida, right there. All of the gun laws in place. When to stop this. More gun control, guess what? That only benefits the criminals. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.